Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to the Sunday morning stream with the one and only. Now, what I do have here, I have both my water and my coffee. So it seems like the notification should be getting sent out pretty soon. I do have my coffee right here. It is morning time. Shout out to my barber, my little brother Aleph, for the fade. As y'all can see, it's looking really, really nice. Got a nice little beard lineup as well. So feeling sharp and looking sharp, right? So guys, for anyone that's new here, welcome. Everyone, welcome to the chat. I understand we're going to wait a little bit just for notifications to get sent out. But yeah, welcome. So here on the One and Only, what we're going to start doing, especially since it's getting to the September event and Q4, as many of you guys know, during Q4, a lot of the casuals start to come out and go to retail spots or look online for tech gear for their family and friends. And many times they have a lot of questions, as much as you guys do. So we have some upcoming upgrades to the Apple Watch, the iPhone line, and much, much more. So once again, we're going to wait just a little bit more for those notifications to get pushed out. Vicente, our moderator, how's it going, man? I hope you're doing good. My morning just started maybe like an hour and a half ago, so I'm out here with my coffee. It's definitely needed. But yeah, Vicente, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing good. Now, on today's agenda, we definitely have we have to talk about not the iPhone, the Apple Watch Series X. And so we'll discuss that here shortly as more and more people start joining the stream. Again, this is a newer time that I'm going to start to run the live streams. I just kind of want to experiment with the morning times and then also in the evening. So Vicente is saying, I hope I'm doing good as well. You hope? Come on, Vicente. Hopefully you are doing good. Welcome, guys, to anyone joining the stream. These are going to be live streamed every Wednesday and Sunday from here on out. It's just an opportunity for you guys, if y'all want, to come and hang out with me, ask me questions, anything related to tech. You know I got you guys. The September event is right around the corner. I don't believe Apple has made it official, but it's basically at this point unofficially official that it's going to happen on September 12th. That is probably, no, wait, that's a Tuesday. So that's actually a day before my birthday as well. And so whenever that event happens, we are going to host a live stream later that evening as well. So if it does end up being on a Tuesday, what we'll do is we'll just switch the live stream schedule from Wednesday to Tuesday for that week. That way you guys aren't waiting for all the juicy details on everything that's brand new. Because I know some of you guys are coming from like an iPhone 13, an iPhone 14, and plenty of you are going to be wondering, should I upgrade? Is it worth it to upgrade to the new iPhone 15 or 15 Pro? And that's basically what me and Vicente will be here for you guys, you know? And then of course there's the supposed rumor of the Apple Watch Series X. Some people, well, really what it is it's going to be the 10th anniversary of the first ever Apple Watch. And to me, it's kind of crazy that it's almost been 10 years. I mean, I still remember picking up the Apple Watch Series 2 back when that came out. And ever since then, I mean, of course, we've had the Series 3 through 8 now. So time definitely goes by really quickly. Up until recently, the Apple Watch Series 3 was still being sold. Heck yeah, Vicente. Everyone viewing. So yeah, Vicente's over in Florida right now. He was in Georgia not too long ago. But you know, sadly he had some stuff to take care of. But guys, yeah, welcome to, I'm welcoming everyone to the stream. Hopefully everyone is having a good morning. I did start a new job, so again, these schedules, I need to start posting it on all my socials, on Twitter, on Instagram, the precise schedule for this live stream, because I wanted to give you morning folks an opportunity, especially since I know that I have some international viewers from around the world. I just wanted to make sure that everyone had a chance to join the live stream and to ask me any questions if y'all have any. Sorry, guys. Definitely didn't need that coffee. I've just kind of became a caffeine addict as of recently. But Vicente, even I know that. So you asked about the Apple Watch Series X or Series 10. People are inevitably going to call it the Apple Watch Series X. But yeah, there's a lot of rumors that the little magnetic plug is actually going to be changed. So it's still in the air on the next generation of Apple Watch if any of these straps will be able to be used. That's the big question. I think this upcoming week I'm definitely going to start to set up the other half of my band wall. I think it's long overdue. I still need to put one row down here of Nike Sports, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started over here on the other side of the band wall. Quick shout out to Mike Dopp. He normally is on these streams, but he did iMessage me this morning. He saw the live stream thumbnail and he apologized for not being here. So Mike Dopp, quick shout out to you, man. Hopefully work is going smooth for you. I know you're working right now. But yeah, I think if the plugin were to be changed, that's going to change the entire Apple Watch game. Now, granted, I am kind of surprised that Apple has kept up with the same mechanism for the Apple Watch bands for this long, truth be told. I mean, if you look at the history of, like, let's just say the bigger size watches. I understand that there's two different watches, right? Originally it was the 38 and the 42 millimeters. But ever since then, the screen was enlarged from 42 millimeters then to 44. Then from 44 to 45. And then finally from 45 to 49 on the Apple Watch Ultra. And they still have kept all of the band, plugins still the same. So the fact that we've had the same lugs for 10 years is actually quite in and of itself, kind of crazy by Apple. Vicente, I think every bandaholic has had that worry that bands won't be backwards compatible one day for the new watches. Yeah, dude, that is kind of a big concern for me too, just because if they were to start up a new mechanism, oh man, that's going to be a big bummer. And it's not just me. The bandaholic community is very big, like we have a lot of members in the bandaholic community that, changing up the band, that's going to be catastrophic for many of us. I think, see, the reasoning, Vicente, that I think Tim Apple and the squad at Apple HQ don't do it is because not many people, I think, would upgrade. Because if there's this whole new watch that has this whole new mechanism, people are going to want to hold on to their bands and probably not upgrade. That's definitely like something I would do. Of course, I'm a tech YouTuber, so I'm going to have to upgrade just to, give you guys all of the information that's needed on that. But I really hope that they don't change it. I'm really out here hoping they don't change it because I have over 400 bands, and I don't know. I just think it's very representative of my channel. Of course, here on TheJuan&Only, we do a lot of things. Actually, we've been starting to review things that are a little bit out of my comfort zone. And Vicente, I did want to thank you just because I did drop my Pokemon Go Plus Plus. Yes, call me a nerd. Go ahead and get it out of the way if you want to right now. That is one of my simple pleasures. That is a part of me that just my inner child gets awakened. And I'm sure everyone has their own thing. Some of you guys may, I don't know, like to collect stuff like coins or whatnot, which I also do. A lot of you guys might like to play, with trading cards or stuff like that. So what I always say is always make sure your inner child never dies. So guys, if any of y'all at all are interested in Pokemon or Pokemon Go, I did drop a review. Mike A says, I wonder if there will be a very, very solid point. Probably, but knowing Apple, of course, they're going to want to sell it to you for $50. You know what I mean? The thing that gets me is it's just like the rumors are that on the Apple Watch Series X, it might be magnetic. But then again, I feel like a lot of these publishing companies just want to put out a headline to get people talking. Do you remember what happened with the Apple Watch, the Apple Watch Ultra? So initially, they were saying that there's going to be a brand new style mechanism for the Apple Watch Ultra, and that old bands weren't going to fit. And that actually wasn't necessarily the case. As a matter of fact, the 45 millimeter bands definitely do fit the Apple Watch Ultra, but the smaller watch bands do not. Vicente says, I hope they don't change the fit at all. Man, it's too early for my fingers. Lots of typos, Vicente. Nah, you're fine. But Vicente, you don't have an Apple Watch, but I definitely love the fact that you're on the bandaholic side, just because, yeah, that would be devastating. But guys, I'm really, really, really excited for September. Every year around that time, not only is it my birthday, but it's like Christmas comes early, because there's new Apple Watches. There's the new iPhone, which I do happen to upgrade every year. I don't recommend everyone doing it, but then again, it's part of my job, sort of, to be able to tell you guys whether to upgrade or not. We're going to have to see how big of a game changer the new iPhone 15 is, simply because of USB-C. A lot of people are underplaying that new feature, but with Apple swapping over to USB-C, that really is going to be big. You're still going to have your standard upgrades and stuff like that, like the cameras and the spec bump, but also a little bit of an improvement to battery life. I would take that, just because, of course, on the last stream we were talking about how the iPhone 14 Pro Max has been having a lot of issues with battery degradation. Now, of course, that's normal on most phones. That's what's supposed to happen. But for some reason, users' batteries on the iPhone 14 Pro line are degrading extremely quickly. So mine, I've only had for about 11 months, and my battery is already at 92%, meaning 8% of the maximum capacity has already been degraded, which honestly for 11 months is not that great. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that the iPhone 15 Pro line will fix this battery issue, because I think it is a big concern for a lot of people, myself included. But let's talk about a little bit about the Series X. So Apple is more than likely going to want to go all out, and which is why I'm leaning more towards, they might do something drastic and probably change up the mechanism with that magnetic strap style. And here's why. My bad, I had to get a little bit of my coffee. If you guys remember, so this was 4 or 5 years ago when the iPhone X came out, or really the iPhone 10, but everyone called it the iPhone X. But that was such a massive and huge departure from what everyone was used to. Think about it. So we had the same form factor for a very long time, starting with the iPhone 6. I'm sure you guys remember Bendgate and Unbox Therapy, literally just bending that phone. But so it started with the iPhone 6, then 6S, then 7, then they went ahead and went to the 8. So 4 phones for 4 years, they looked nearly identical. They had the same form factor, they had the curved edges and whatnot. Everyone was used to that design with the home button. Then came the 10th anniversary of the iPhone, and here comes the iPhone X. Now that was such a drastic departure from what we were used to, because that was the first time in Apple's history that they made an iPhone without any buttons on the front, right? So that was when the swipe gesture started to become a lot more prevalent. And that iPhone was sold alongside the iPhone 8, if I'm not mistaken, or was it? I can't remember now. But point is, it was a big departure, not only from the front, but also in the design language. The camera on the back as well was switched up. And this is why I think that the Apple Watch Series X is going to also be a big departure. I feel it's going to follow the same path that the iPhone took, and just making a huge overhaul and doing things differently the Apple way, right? So who knows? But yeah, if I had a bet, the Apple Watch Series X may be the one that introduces a brand new band style. How Apple is going to appease their bandaholics, I don't know, because it's going to be a huge bummer, like I said, to be able to have all these bands and then have them not be compatible with newer devices. Let me read a little bit here of the chat. Mike A says, I'm at 93% myself with the iPhone 14 Pro. Mike, I'm telling you, yeah, I'm at 92, and again, I've only had mine for 11 months. Granted, I am what I would consider more or less a heavy user, but even then, I don't think that it should degrade that fast. We also have Maya Liz over here on the live stream. Maya Liz, I'm not sure if this is the first time that you enter a comment, but thank you for joining the live stream. Let me know if this Sunday morning time works best for you guys. I know you guys have been used to my evening live streams. I'm just trying to experiment here and see what's best for everyone. I might even make a, actually, not may, I'm 100% going to do this. After this, I'm going to make a community post asking you guys what would be a better time for everyone on Sundays to do these live streams. And according to what everyone says, I will accommodate accordingly. Myla says, if Apple makes bands that are to be attached with a magnet, then Compass will probably disappear as well. I think and hope they don't. Very, very good point. Yeah, Myla's. And you said it is my first time from Norway. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. That means a lot. What time is it over in Norway? I actually have a user, a subscriber from Sweden. So I know you guys are, neighbors over there. So thank you so much. I actually have a lot of Northern European subscribers, so it's nice to see you here on chat, my Liz. I'm not sure if you follow me on my socials yet. Please do if you don't. I'm constantly going to be running, different kinds of polls, potential giveaways, because I'm telling you, once September rolls around and Q4 is here, this channel you're going to be seeing a lot more of me. It's well known within the tech community that in the summer, we call it the tech slump, right? Because almost nothing comes out in the summer. Nothing. You know what I mean? Like, think of the most recent tech release. It was probably back in like February or March, at least for the big ones. Or no, it was Google. It was Google around May, I want to say. But then again, there's not that many Google heads. It is afternoon, so it's 5 o'clock for you? That's cool. Over here in America where I am, it's only 11. So I'm glad that it's 5 o'clock over there. And Vicente's putting down my socials right there, Maya Liz, in case you do want to follow me. I feel many USA viewers may still be asleep. Vicente, definitely. I do think the same. So I think it is 11, so a lot of people might be sleeping in over here in America. Especially within our age range, Vicente. Some people like to go a little wild on Saturday nights, so I think you're right. But once again, just experimenting with different times. Even if there's one person in the chat and I'm interacting, I feel very, very happy. You know how I am, guys. I'm just very thankful that whoever can pull up to these live streams, I'm just very appreciative. Because either way, these are just like a small treat for you guys. And at the same time, it's really, really cool to be able to hang out with you and answer your questions live. I do know that when I post my long form videos, you guys do leave a ton of comments. I read every single comment, but sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming trying to respond to every single one, especially with everything that I have going on in my life. As I mentioned, I started up a new job. I love weightlifting. I love hanging out with my friends and family, so I only have enough time. Hope you guys understand, but once again, this is why we have these live streams. So Adriancito, welcome. I think this is your first time also commenting on the live streams. If it is, let me know. But either way, welcome. I hope to see you on future live streams, Adriancito. He says, or she says rather, I'm not sure, he, she, they say, theory time. I do believe Apple is going to remove the digital crown. Not in the Apple Watch 9, but the Series X. Yeah, Vicente, we will have a link tree, by the way, next time, just to make it easier for everyone. I know that I've been having to do that, just been a little busy. But Adriancito, okay, so removing the digital crown, I think I can see that. Now, the question is, what would they replace it with? I do know that, of course, navigating through the Apple Watch, you can either scroll through the menus or like flick your finger yourself. But, I mean, that is essentially the home button. It's how you go back. So do you think they'll replace it with something else? I mean, I can see that happening. Or the other rumor, which I don't think will come to fruition, like rumors were circulating maybe like half a year ago, that the digital crown would become like this kind of solid state button where it actually won't move, but it just kind of mimics the motion of it. So I don't know. That is a really good point. But yeah, either way, I'm a little afraid. Hopefully this isn't the last batch of bands that we get that are going to be compatible with all Apple Watch models. That is going to be really sad. But like I said, my enthusiasm just builds every single day because it's finally time that we get a new refresh. I hate the fact that Apple has been delaying, well, not really delaying, but they've just been making band releases every 2 seasons now instead of all 4. For you avid bandaholics, like about 2 years ago, they would do, of course, the fall drop, which would be the biggest one in September. Then they'd come in with a smaller, albeit a present release for the winter season. The spring one was about half as big as the fall release, so we would get, a good bit of new colors and styles for the spring drop. And then again, the summer drop was similar to the winter drop, where we only would get, just maybe a few bands, but albeit we got a release. And now Apple isn't doing that. They're sticking to a 2-season cycle. And I kind of hate that. I guess they don't want money, because as a bandaholic, we will spend money on bands, and that is guaranteed. Adriancito, haha, thank you. Not first time. If you look at the 2014 keynote, they told us that was a breakthrough like mouse and click wheel. In this WWDC, they said the same for some Vision Pro, but left out the digital crown. I see. And the animation in Watch OS 10 seems like a different approach. I'd say it could be like AirPods Touch Surface. Okay, I got you. That makes a ton of sense, man. Adriancito, all right, so it's not your first time, but now I will remember your name just because it's a memorable one. Adriancito, thank you so much for your input and for elaborating on that. Yeah, I think, Apple for sure with the Vision Pro is gonna start to set a new precedent, I think. You know what I mean? It's like Tim Cook's iPhone moment. It really does remind me of like when even the Apple Watch first came out. I mean, I'm sure you guys, or a lot of y'all, remember when it debuted, and that $18,000 14 karat Apple Watch came out or whatever. Like, it was a big thing. Also, when the iPad came out, arguably that was also a big thing. Not as big as the iPhone or the Apple Watch, but now we have the Apple Vision Pro around the corner. And I've been thinking on whether I'm going to keep it. Of course, I'm going to review it for you guys and have all sorts of content on my channel. And now that I have, Vicente avidly kind of working with me side by side, brainstorming ideas, of course it's going to be an unboxing and review and whatnot. But the Apple Vision Pro isn't one of those items that you just kind of take B-roll of and review. Like, it's gonna be this really immersive thing, and I just can't wait to test it out for you guys. Now, again, whether I decide to keep it or not is another story, because remember, the Apple Vision Pro is gonna start at $3,500. Now, if I had a guess, knowing Apple and the track record that they have, they may introduce different colored like bands for the Apple Vision Pro itself, the ones that go around your ear and whatnot, and maybe introduce them in different styles. That's how they like to get us. I mean, that's precisely what they did with the Apple Watch, because no other company that has a smartwatch has done what Apple has with their bands. Like Google's Google smartwatch, right? They have a variety of different bands, but nobody goes crazy over them like Apple bands. I believe the Samsung watch also has interchangeable bands, but once again, nobody is really going crazy about them. There's just something about Apple and their marketing that is ingenious. I mean, every new release on Apple Watch bands, I'm telling you guys can probably hear the excitement in my voice. I just can't wait for FedEx to drop off that massive packet, massive delivery of like this stack of just bands, and just be able to unbox and review them for you all, especially with the supposed new color, the dark titanium on the Apple Watch Ultra 2. You already know I'm going to be modeling a lot of these bands on the new colors. And then on the Apple Watch Series 9, which is more than likely going to be more or less a snooze fest. But they typically do tend to introduce a new color. We may have like this new lavender mixed in with pink color. I think I've seen some renders or some kind of, some renders of it, but it's of course unofficial. Last year we did have that deep green, pine green color, which I actually thought looked really nice, but then of course they stopped that with the Series 8. We actually did not get a new exclusive color with the Series 8, but who knows, the Series 9 might be a little different. All right. Vicente says, I mean, we could make like hundreds of videos with Apple Vision Pro though. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, dude. Adriancito says, gracias hermano, saludos desde Madrid, muy fan del canal, he comprado correas gracias a tus videos. That is awesome, man. Dude, that makes my day. That really does make my day. I've been told that by a lot of people. Apple needs to start paying me commission. Just because, man, like, bands are just really what I live for. Like, that is really, really what I just really like nerd out over. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because look, Adencito, what I love is waking up, and once my band wall is fully complete, I don't know, I feel like it does something to my brain where like I wake up and almost one of the first few things I see is my band wall, and it's so colorful, it's so vibrant, there's so many choices. I feel like it makes me just start off on the right foot, just seeing all these vibrant colors, and it just kind of makes me happy. Now, of course, I used to go a lot more ham on buying every single one, and to an extent, I still buy a lot. But now during the most recent releases, what I'll tend to do is let's say there are 10 bands that come out. There's always more, but let's just say 10 to make an easy number. Then I will likely keep anywhere from 6 to 8 and then return the ones that I absolutely do not like. I don't have a main goal of getting every single band because some of these bands are really expensive, especially the ones that debuted with the Apple Watch. Some of those leather Hermes bands on eBay go well for upwards of $2,000. Pero ahí no la llevamos, right? So we have plenty. And if anything, I'm going to need a bigger wall eventually just because this band wall is soon going to outgrow itself. But thank you so much for having you here on stream, man. I know that you said you're in Madrid. I do plan to visit. So, okay, I need some of you guys' help, right? Because these are my next travel destinations. In about 5 months, I am going to take another international trip. The thing is, I don't know where. So my choices are Iceland, and then take a flight over to Ireland, and then maybe perhaps visit Scotland as well. I've already visited London, so that's one trip. And by the way, when I travel, I definitely like to hit a lot of countries. So Iceland, Scotland, and Ireland, that's choice one. Choice two would be Portugal, España, and if possible, cross the strait over into Morocco. That way I can say that I officially touched down in Africa. Now, that would be really cool as well because I have mi socio, one of my good YouTube friends, Nikias Molina. Adriancito, I'm pretty sure that you probably heard of Nikias. And so he resides in Spain. I don't know exactly where in Spain, but if I were to visit Spain, then I would most definitely hit up his line and ask him for some kind of collab because, I mean, why not? I'll be there, you know? And then finally, my last option would probably be Colombia and Ecuador. So I've heard so many great things about Colombia, how fun and vibrant the cities are down there, and especially the food. And as well, that would give me another opportunity to say that I touched down in South America, which is something I have not done yet. I wonder if my coffee's cold yet. Why does that always happen? All right. Let me see. We have BJ Perry Jr. I'm new to the Apple ecosystem and found this channel looking for bands for the Ultra. Excellent work. So BJ Perry, thank you for joining the live stream. I say this to everyone who comments, at least now while I can. I know eventually these live streams, the live chat might be a little too fast for me to respond to, but BJ, thank you. Thank you for joining the live stream. I don't know if this is your first time here on my live streams. If it is, just know we're going to do this every Sunday and Wednesday from here on out, especially when the new iPhones drop and Q4 is right around the corner. I highly recommend join these live streams, come and hang out, ask me any question, and hopefully I'll be able to answer them for you in depth. Man, I don't know why. The coffee's kind of drying up my throat. Sorry, guys. And Adriancito said, absolutely, I also follow him. Yeah, dude, about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years actually, we did do a collab giveaway, and that was really, really cool. He reached out to me about a couple years ago, and, you know, we exchanged messages here and there, but yeah, that's my homie. Habla español as well. You know, of course, él es español. Yo soy mexicano, viviendo los Estados Unidos. So yeah, it is just pretty cool just collabing. But yeah, those are my 3 choices for travel. But going back to BJ, so you're new to the Apple ecosystem and you found my channel through band reviews. That's so cool, man. Yeah, a lot of people find my channel through my band reviews. I'm not sure when you joined the live stream, but I was just saying how much I adore September, mainly because of the new bands. And then, of course, it's my birthday in September, so it's kind of like the best of both worlds. I have my birthday, and then I get to enjoy new bands, a new iPhone, a new Apple Watch, so it's really, really nice. Definitely stay tuned, because you already know here on the Juan and Only, we're going to review every single band that comes out for this new September drop. I'm really excited to see what new color options they'll include, like for the ocean bands, the trail loops, and then the alpine loops. Or who knows? They may introduce a fourth style. And if they do, that's going to go crazy. I mean, I would hope that they would, right? I mean, their Apple Watch Ultra is a really popular device, so it would be really nice if they introduced a fourth style for the Apple Watch Ultra. So guys, normally I like to keep these live streams anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. We have been on stream for about 30 minutes now. I don't know why my throat is just really, really dry today. I think it's due to the coffee. But yeah, after this, I'm going to make a community post to see what time on Sunday would be most beneficial for you guys to be on live stream. To be honest with y'all, this was the first live stream that we have done in the morning. And this was primarily meant for my European, Indian, and Australian folks to be able to join the live stream. Now, of course, I haven't done much promotion on these live streams. They've kind of just been happening. But guys, as September approaches, just make sure I'm going to start advertising these live streams a little bit more on my socials. By next live stream, we will have a, what's it called, Vicente? A link tree? Yeah, that's what it is. We'll have a link tree, but in the meantime, Vicente, if you don't mind, one last time putting my socials down there in the live chat. That way, if anyone wants to follow me on my socials is one of the quickest ways when I'm not posting videos to find out about new products. Whenever I receive them, you'll know that a video is coming up right away. I make a lot of polls. I do plan to make a Christmas giveaway for you guys. It might be small. I'm thinking maybe like a band valued up to $100 and maybe some AirPods. But nonetheless, just to spread the love for you guys, because you guys have been the best subscribers in the world. I really don't know, what my YouTube channel would be without you guys. You guys are all very supportive, and every single comment that y'all drop really does mean a lot to me. Here, let me try to read these last few comments here before we sadly have to depart. Have a busy Sunday ahead of me, but I will be live streaming on Wednesday evening, so make sure to catch me then. Adriancito said you could also go to the Canary Island. They're part of Spain and are next to Morocco. Truly a paradise. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about, Adriancito. So the Canary Islands. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep that into consideration, because I'll essentially have 9 days of vacation, just because weekend, my 5 days of vacation, and then that following weekend again. So 9 whole days. Last year, I did a whole month-long trip to Europe, where I visited 6 countries: the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, Greece, Turkey, and Bulgaria, in that order. And it finished with such a bang, because I watched Slipknot, my favorite band ever. I mean, heck, I have tattoos of them, right? I watched them live and was moshing and crowd surfing there with the Bulgarians. That was inexplainable. Like, I wish I could be transported back to that moment. I felt so alive. It was so cool. Vicente said, what did you drink last night, Juan? I did not take shots last night. I only had a couple beers with the bros, and that's about it. So I didn't do anything crazy. I just wanted to sleep in this morning. But BJ Perry said, outside of the 3 styles that released with the Ultra, what's your favorite band to recommend for the Ultra? I've mainly been using Nomad Sport bands so far, but want some more OEM bands. Yeah, so great question. Really, really good question. Specifically on the Ultra, I would have to just ask more about your lifestyle. So the ocean bands I prefer for the gym, right? And the reason is because they're very similar to like the silicone style bands, like the sport bands and Nike Sport. The material is somewhat similar, but they do have that little catch mechanism, that little buckle that allows it to kind of stay in place. So they're comfortable, they're lightweight, they're really breathable. Plus, whenever, at my gym, we have a steam room and a sauna, right? The Alpine Loop and the Trail Loop, because they're made out of more like cloth-like material, you're going to have to wash them a little bit more often. Otherwise, as you might know, if you wear any, like especially like these woven nylon bands, for example, right here, or anything that has like a cloth-like nature to it, if you use it regularly while working out, then it'll start to kind of smell a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, it's natural though. Like you're sweating and your sweat kind of gets on the band, it dries up, and the next day you go back and do the same. You sweat, it dries up, blah blah blah. So you do have to wash those. With the ocean bands, at least due to the nature of the material, they're way easier, way more receptive to that kind of that nature. You know, where you don't have to wash them as often. However, a close second would probably be, oh, I don't know. Maybe the trail loop, just because it's infinitely adjustable. The alpine loop is really cool as well, but if I had to rate them, it'd be ocean bands, even though I don't really use them to swim, but just, you know, they're similar to the sport bands. I would say ocean band, trail band, and then alpine loop. So that would be my recommendation. But yeah, if they do introduce a fourth one, that would be really cool. Vicente, thank you so much for reminding any new viewer to subscribe to my channel for more future content. And then lastly, Vicente said, did you drink water later that night or just drink beer and went to bed? Because sleeping already dehydrates you, and with beer is double the trouble. I did. I only had like 3 Modelo's, but I did drink some water because I have been weightlifting a lot, man. I mean, this is my water bottle that I have right here for my live streams. I refill it at the beginning of every live stream, but I did drink some water. So thank you for being concerned, Vicente. But guys, all right, I think I'm gonna allow just another 2 more minutes or 3 more minutes for anyone that may have another question. Other than that, I think we're gonna wrap this up. This has been a really fun stream. Thanks to everyone who pulled up today. I know that this live stream was at a different time. I don't think anyone here on chat other than Vicente, or no, actually some of you guys may have seen my evening streams, but I am going to make that community post just to ask you guys and see what time is better for everyone. But all right, guys, it doesn't seem like we have any more questions. So guys, as we've been talking, make sure to stay tuned, especially around September. Visit my channel. We're going to have a bunch of content up around that time. Quick shout out to my moderator Vicente. Thank you so much for being so active in the chat, man. You know I really appreciate you. Hopefully you get to come back very soon. And guys, that's been it for me, but I cannot wait to catch you on the next one, and make sure to stay hydrated. All right, guys, bye for now.